In my wildest dreams, I could never imagine this would happen, especially with this New Zealand team with no Kane Williamson. And this team got beaten in Sri Lanka just now. And I cannot put my finger on what went wrong, but one thing is sure that too much hype around going to Australia, beating Australia again, just losing focus on the next step you're going to put, and you're thinking too far ahead. You have got plenty of choices. You are spoiled for talent, but that doesn't mean that you just play such loose cricket that you have just undone whatever we did and whatever we accumulated over the past few years. Now, this series will actually give nightmares to the current players, even me, because I could never see this happening. And I think full marks to New Zealand. They beat us in our own layer, in our own game. Turning tracks and the way Indian batsmen who are born and brought up on these wickets applied themselves, it was shocking. I realized that it was tough cricket, but you can see these players from New Zealand who these conditions are alien to them, and they applied themselves. In the first innings, you see this, the two innings, they were 159 for India came back, but they're still 235 on a goodish pitch. Yes, of course, they won the toss, but in spite of all this, I think again and again and again, 6 innings, we saw Indian team capitulate. This is shocking for me because nobody stood up. The big names, yes, they started loose shots. Nobody applied themselves with the kind of grit that is needed in Test cricket. Again and again, I said that when the chips are down, you need dirty batting, ugly batting, that you have to bat out one session. And I'm sure, this was not like a minefield. If Anil Kumble was bowling on these kind of pitches, again, I can imagine. But just orthodox left-arm spin, and we just couldn't handle it. This is beyond me. You see, I will not criticize Rohit Sharma too much because when you batsman, I think it's the team management. I think the leadership group. I'm sure the dictum was from coming from Gautam Gambhir is part of it. I don't know what kind of strategy, what kind of dogma they applied in batting. You saw that maybe they were pursuing baseball, but you cannot. You lost one match again. You should have reverted back to what has worked for you over the years. And I'm sure players of caliber like Virat and Rohit and all, they know what Test cricket is all about. They know spending time in there. I'm sure their ego sometimes get bigger than because they are expected to play these big shots, and sometimes you suddenly feel that, oh, this is not me. I have to just show the people what I'm capable of, and then this is what happens. One goes down, two goes down, and I think Rishabh Pant showed that in spite of his batting style, and again and again we saw that if earlier on he would have played like this, he would have upset a lot of people. But the carte blanche has been given to him. He has won matches for India like this. So in spite of his attacking style, he actually made the difference. He got that game going, and eventually, got Kiwis worried, but nobody else, which is surprising for me and upsetting for me and disturbing for me because I expected much better. 1 or 2 innings, he said one bad day in the office. Not really. I think if Sarfraz was batting at 8, it ensures that our batting goes deeper and deeper. Still, it didn't work. If we would have batted. That is right, and sometimes it works, but it is more of a cliche right now, I think. Yeah, so a lot of, but you have to see what kind of rough patches are there and all that. You have to bring everything into equation. But I'm sure Safra is a very good player of spin, and most of these players, but sometimes I think you feel that the target is near, and I can 1 or 2 big shots and I'll get close. That only Rishabh Pant is allowed to do. I don't think so that Virat needs motivation. I'm sure what drives him, we all know. And he wants to do the best for India, and I'm sure he'll be the first person to raise his hand when he feels that he doesn't deserve a spot. This is just a very bad phase for him, and going to Australia, I'm sure he's going to get runs there, but just like brain fade, the way he got out on the full toss, sometimes, so then run out, so this is just bad timing, and when the bad patch comes, no matter what you do, this happens. But I just hope and pray that this will not scar his psyche going to Australia. He's a big player, and I think once he gets going, but this will rankle all the players in this team, and I think there will be some hard decisions by the selectors also. You can't just put so much confidence and so much faith in players, and suddenly when they deliver like this, the selectors will have to do something. See, this is like, I don't want a knee-jerk reaction from the selectors also, but going forward, they have to identify players, and I think we have to find players like Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane, because Test cricket is unglamorous, and sometimes, not bring them back doesn't matter. I mean, if there is such an urgency, maybe why not? But I feel that just identify players like them. When I say, but it is hard in this day and age when all the players want to play IPL, and they want to play big shots. And how do you get players to, even if they got the quality of, the way Cheteshwar and Ajinkya Rahane bat, to get them away from the glitz and glamour and the moolah of T20. So that is the a big worry for the selectors and the team and the BCCI, how actually to identify these players and then to compensate them enough that they keep on batting with the way you are supposed to bat in Test cricket, and not get overawed by other players, and they see, okay, if we don't play shots, then we will not be picked up in the auction. This is a catch-22 situation, and I think our cricket, Indian cricket, BCCI and all the stakeholders will have to find a way where we have to actually keep this pool of players who can actually bat a session and not score. So we have the three teams, but I think overlapping of too many players in each format, especially T20 and Test cricket, is I can't see that happening, because going forward there'll be different breed of players playing, and I don't feel that 50 overs is going to be relevant anymore. Test cricket, yes, we have to have at least specialist Test players. One or two or three players who are greats like Virat and other players, they can actually straddle these formats. But just to carry, because you've got so much talent, so much pool of players is there well, I will not question, because he has done well. He is the captain, he is the supremo, but I think he'll have to also look himself in the mirror and see that if he is going to play Test cricket, and especially in conditions like this when the team needs him to bat through, is it fair and justified for him to play like this? And I think he's a very conscientious guy. He will know what went wrong, and I'm sure he's going to make some amends, but he can't change his game overnight. But I'm sure he's got the caliber to actually, when you captain, you can't say that this is my game, Only Rishabh Pant can do that, and he has done it, and he's delivered, and that's his role. But when you are captain, and there's a short ball, and you're a very good, square bat player, but then you have to realize that, oh no, maybe if I get out, three will get out. Can I leave this ball? So he has to start doing that. No, they're great players, temperament approach. They're these great players, once they know. Because sometimes I feel that they get ahead of themselves and they are overawed by their own persona and their own image, sometimes. So this is very hard for them to just let that thing go, because they'll become stars playing those shots. But they have to realize, when you've got responsibility, you're captain, then sometimes just to eat humble pie, it works well for the team also. Yeah. So we had started talking about that Australian series before even Kiwis came in, even before Bangladesh. I think the Kanpur test, when we won so easily and we just swatted Bangladesh away, gave us some false confidence, and I think that has come back and to bite us now. I think that match, once we finished it in day and a half, we thought that we are so great that we can do it day in and day out. Doesn't happen. Better teams will come. So I think it's good reality check. I thought the first test match, when we lost, immediately there will be a regrouping. It didn't happen, and I think that is compliments to the New Zealand team. I think we'll find it very hard to win. We won last time. Yes, we played well, but I think this time the Aussies are ready, and I think we'll struggle. We'll struggle really. No, well, WTC is again, even if you don't reach that, but you have to focus on the series first. And if you match Aussies in Australia, even if you don't win, don't lose badly. I think if you can match them, I think that'll be, if we can come back with a draw, I think that'll be for me a win.